Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teacher Michael from teachermichaelonline.com. My website and YouTube channel are dedicated to helping teachers like you have more fun in the classroom, book more students, and ultimately make more money as an online teacher. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing an excerpt from an interview video that I did with teacher Kasie. Kasie recently invited me on her channel and we did an hour-long Zoom interview. This, like I said, is only a 10-minute excerpt from that video, but if you would like to see the entire interview, I'm gonna link it in the description of this video. Before we get into the interview, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribing to a YouTube channel like this is not only free, but it's probably one of the best ways that you can support my channel. So if you have a moment, please click the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on future videos. We're gonna pick things up somewhere in the middle of this interview, and this is the point in the conversation where I was talking to Kasie about some of my experience as a puppeteer and a stage performer, and how I've been trying to adapt some of those theatrical principles that I've learned as a performer and apply them to the online classroom. Make sure that you stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna be showing you one of the most recent magic tricks that I developed for the online classroom. You're not gonna wanna miss it, so stay tuned. But here we are. This is an excerpt from my interview, or Kasie's interview with me. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It creates this really magical moment where something kind of seemingly comes out of nothing. So I've taken some of those same ideas and tried to bring it to see how it could work in my classroom. So I'll have my giant pencil and I'll ask them to draw a line, and then I'll go through and draw a line on the screen, and then I can erase it with the eraser. So it's these small things that, I don't know, just create something kind of magical for them. I kept getting feedback that, oh, I love the magic teacher. I won't say Magic Mike, but there so many times. Oh, Magic Michael, magic teacher, magic. Yeah, safe space here.
We get some different questions in the chat. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And so it set this expectation because the parents were leaving all this feedback. Oh, the teacher does magic in class. And I'm like, well, for one, this is not magic. This is juggling. But the kids thought that some of it was magical. So I've kind of, backed myself into this corner of like, I gotta learn some more magic for these kids.
Yeah.
Like they're waiting for it. They think it's coming.
I was gonna ask you, do you feel like you have to perform all the time for every class now that you kind of have that name, or?
Yes and no. I do feel that way for every class, but not for the entirety of the class.
Okay.
So I don't feel like, a lot of the clips that I share and the things that I put on YouTube are from these moments that are more theatrical, just because the other parts are boring. When I'm getting the kids to read a sentence or circle something on the screen, it's not interesting. It's not interesting content. So I would say the balance I try to strike is 80% teaching and work and 20% fun and games and performance. So I feel that if 20 minutes of a 25-minute lesson are education, I'm happy for that 5 minutes just to be fun. Like, at the end of the day, we want the kids coming back. The company wants the kids coming back. And if they're not having fun, they're not going to come back. It's like,
it's still education. I mean,
yeah,
all the fun. They're like, how did he just do that? Make that fish work, and probably problem solving in their little brains,
Yeah, it's fun. It's great.
She said he is very animated. How does he handle a serious, non-talking student, even if you stand on your head? Then they're looking at you and not responding.
Yeah, so one of two ways. I'll either scale my energy back and just match the energy of that student and just be like, okay, this is what it is. Like, they're super quiet and reserved. I can also do that. Or I'll go completely the opposite direction and I'll turn up the theatricality and just go way over the top in hopes of trying to make them smile or laugh or speak. Or I'll bring the puppet in to try and see if I can break down whatever that wall is. But if that doesn't work, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm not going to try and make them become something that they're not. We'll just have a nice quiet lesson. I'll recoup some of my energy and we'll put it into the next lesson.
Good. Let's see. He has a YouTube video on how to make it. Oh yeah, the ping pong and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that with level 1 when we talk about catch and throw. Evelyn said she's taking notes. Some of my best classes have involved a virtual snowball fight. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I
I
love
mean,
that.
this is a snowball fight in the making. Like,
Yeah.
I've just got ball after ball after ball.
Scrap paper. My friend had an indoor snowball fight with her kids. They just saved up scrap paper for throughout however long, and then one day they had a snowball fight.
I love that.
We're now going to jump to another part of the interview where Kasie asked me what my favorite supplementary class was to teach. I got a little bit confused by this question because I don't really teach any supplementary classes, nor did I really know what they were. I've been teaching level 2 to 5 for the last 3 years, and I have not veered away from that. I have only ever taught level 2 to 5. So when she asked me about these supplementary classes, I was a little confused. So we're going to pick things up right at that point.
Yeah, so if you teach a grammar class, then you're teaching grammar. If you teach a phonics class, it's phonics. There's knowledge up, there's power of the sun, there's dinosaurs.
I've never done any of those.
Michael.
I'm the worst former brand ambassador ever. Like, I don't know so many things about the company.
That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad we could help teach you something today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, Janie, thanks for coming. Guys, I know I'm missing people. Thank you all for coming. I'm super sorry.
Honestly, thank you all for your questions. This is cool.
Let's see. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Oh, Magic Mike. I'm sorry, my laugh is so loud. I want to be Teacher Michael when I grow up. Amazing. Oh yeah, the draw a line is genius. That is so cool. When you did that, I was like, oh wow.
It was a new thing that I made just recently, and honestly, some of these things are just go back to this idea of like, how can I keep myself engaged and entertained? Because I know if I'm not having fun, like, they're not going to have fun. If I'm not interested, they won't be interested.
Yeah.
And so when you've taught 2,000 classes and you're like, oh, we're doing this one again, I get the fact that it can be like, all right, we're just circle the thing, draw a line, read the sentence. It can get boring. So this is me just trying to innovate for myself. And the side effect of that is that I'm developing new teaching tools and magic tricks for the kids and that sort of thing. So, but it comes from fighting my own ADHD and my own boredom.
Oh,
that's kind of how I look at it,
I'm so excited.
I love connecting with other teachers who have ADHD. And I think part of the reason is for so much of my childhood, it was looked at as a shortcoming. It was something that was, you had to overcome. It was holding you back. And I've come to realize that that is not the case. I believe that my ADHD is one of my superpowers. So if you're one of those teachers, if you're an ADHD teacher or an ADD teacher, hit me up in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. At this point in the video, we're going to jump to the point in time when I was talking a little bit about what I've been doing recently with intro videos for other online teachers. Editing intro videos is a little bit of a side business that I started at the beginning of this year, so if you're not aware of it, if you've never heard me talk about it before, hopefully this clip will explain what it's all about.
So what are you doing with intro videos? I've already been to your website, so I know, but they don't. So.
Yeah. So I started probably at the beginning of this year. I started editing intro videos for teachers. And so for probably the 2 years before that, through my YouTube channel, I was doing some kind of reviews, and like, people would send me their intro and I would take a look and say, here's what I would change. Here's what I do different. Here's what's working. Here's what I think is not working. Again, just my opinion. And kind of a lot of the feedback that I got was like, I just want someone to edit it for me, or like, I don't know what to say. I feel awkward on camera. And so after like trying to show people how to do it themselves, finally it just dawned on me. I was like, well, I could start a little side business here. Like, you send me all your footage. I created a little script and a tutorial video that kind of walks the teachers through, like, here's what to say, here's how to say it, here's what you should use for your props and that sort of thing. Send me the clips. I'll chop it together and send it back to you with some music and a little bit of branding for it. So that's been it. And so far the feedback has been very positive, and people are seeing their bookings go up. It's kind of one of two things. Either their bookings are going up or they're starting to attract the students that they wanted to attract, which might be like higher level students. Like they were like, oh, I'm getting all kinds of level 2s, but what I want is 4, 5, and 6. You know, so they just revamped their video a little bit to attract the students that they want. So that's kind of is what it is. If you want more information, you can find it at teachermichaelonline.com. But that's it in a nutshell.
As promised, I'm going to end this video by sharing with you the most recent magic trick that I've been doing in the classroom. The response from the students so far has been incredible. I've never seen them react with so much energy and enthusiasm for any of the shenanigans that I get up to in class. So I hope you enjoy it.
One thing that I've been doing recently with my basketball, so I'll ask the kids, oh, do you like basketball? And they'll say yes. I'll just, okay, watch this. 1, 2, and that's like,
okay, wait, how'd you do that?
I did it. That I don't know. That is what I want the kids to walk away from class thinking, because then I'm on their mind later on. How did Michael do that? I got to go back to his class and maybe ask him or try to figure it out. And sometimes my angle will be wrong, and they'll see how I did it, and teacher, I know how you did that. I know how you did it. And they'll try to show it to me, like show how I did do it. So, yeah, goals. Maybe create a course. Start teaching on Outschool. That's another thing. Just developing, you know, that as an avenue to teach things that I'm good at. But I try not to think too long term, because everything, like, not only does my attention change so quickly, but the industry is changing. Like, you know, 3 years ago, I didn't think I would be a teacher ever. And then 3 years before that, I wasn't even thinking about puppeteering. And, you know, 3 years before that. So like to me, I just try to keep myself open to possibilities and follow what I'm interested in, and just kind of see what happens.
And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around until this point. I hope you enjoyed watching some of my conversation with Kasie. And like I said at the beginning, if you want to watch the whole interview, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes long. You can find the link in the description of this video, and I'm also gonna pop it at the end screen of this video. Make sure you all take 2 seconds out of your day to hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, and until the next video, I will see you on the internet. Peace.